I'm Joseph.
I'm Brandy.
And now we're going to learn about the cap, or la capa. That could be wrong. If it's a curse word, I apologize. I look brown, but I'm not. So the cap is super cool. It's a fast technique to learn out there on the floor, but don't get it twisted. Just because it's a faster technique doesn't mean it's easier, faster, or better. It still has its issues and it still has its strengths, just like any other process. I personally prefer to foil because I can put my signature on it. I can put the placement where I want them to be. I could be more creative. I could do better things with them, but I'm not against a cap. A cap is cool. It has saved my life here and there. But I just feel like it's kind of restricting and you can only do so much with it. And a lot of people think that, oh, it's just a cap, you could just poke. No. You're gonna hurt somebody. There is a technique of how to properly do it, how much hair should be pulled. I know a lot of y'all are being like, well, when I was 7, I used to pull my mom's hair through a cap. Oh, okay, cool. You did it wrong. So don't do it that way. It doesn't mean that you're a professional. I also used to pluck my mom's chin hairs when I was 7, but it didn't mean I was a professional waxer. Okay? So it is what it is. So we're here to teach you the proper ways of how to do a cap. But like I said, it has its benefits and its disadvantages. Anything you want to add?
No, you'll get to see how we do it. Ideally, it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes. If you are only taking 10 minutes, you're doing it wrong.
Yes, that means you're going way too fast and you're probably hurting your client.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of y'all are like, I can pull it through in 5 minutes. I believe it. I can do it in about 2 minutes, but my client's probably bleeding and is dead. So make sure that you're taking your time and pulling it right. Cool. And we're going to show you and demo everything to you. Cool. So have fun with the la capa.
Okay, so here we are. I'm going to demonstrate how to do a cap highlight. But first we're going to talk about a few things of why you would do a cap highlight, pros and cons about it. So first is it's super easy. It's ridiculously easy. However, it's kind of cheating. Somebody like Joseph's hair, I can foil that. That's why we say it's super easy. It's almost like cheating. But think about it this way. Think about it like a map, okay? You're gonna put the cap on and you're doing the holes. You're pulling out the hair through the holes. However, everybody that you do a cap on is gonna have the exact same highlight, okay? Whether you do it with bleach or color, it's all gonna look exactly the same. So that's why it's not necessarily preferred, but it's okay to use. Especially like these older ladies, they like to do it because they think their hair is too short. But it's also coming back into style. I mean, if you've seen some of those YouTube videos, they have this super long hair and then they have the cap and they're pulling it out and it looks like spaghetti noodles. So it is coming back into style. It's very cool. However, you can't get close to the root because you do have that little barrier in between. So it's almost impossible to get to the root. So there is going to be a gap. Also, it's too easy to have bleed marks. If you make the hole too big, bleach can seep through and create bleed marks in the hair, okay? And we need to make sure that we're constantly using thin sections. When we talked about doing an all over bleach and highlights, this is why as well, because bleach will only lift what it touches, okay? So we still need them to be very fine sections that you're pulling out. That way the bleach can lift all that color that's out of there, okay? All right, so first what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our brush and we're gonna brush the hair back. I'm not scraping the scalp, but the hair does need to be brushed completely back. If you notice, she is chemically draped, so we have our cape towel on her. Okay. And then we're gonna get our cap. There are different types of caps out there. These are the ones that we use here. There are rubber ones, there's plastic ones. So it just depends on what your preference is. So you're going to put it on. Make sure all the hair is brushed back. So we have our nice little bonnet. Okay, we need to make sure this is as tight as possible. Okay, so you're going to tie this as tight as possible. What we like to do is we like to have the client put their finger right here, so that way when they tie it, there's a little bit of space so that they can breathe. And so it's not too tight, but we have our mannequin, so I'm just gonna make it as tight as possible. Okay, so she has her little bonnet on. This is called a needle, okay? If you can see, let me see if you can see. There's a little hook on it, okay? Whenever you're doing this, your hook is going to be facing towards the ceiling at all times, okay? So let's talk about how we're gonna be doing this. A lot of y'all rush through and you're just going straight down and pulling out. That's incorrect. A cap should take you about 15 to 20 minutes. That's actually fairly fast. If you were going much faster than that, you're rushing through and you're doing it incorrectly. So what you're gonna do, and there's even this little flat space on the needle, okay? Put your fingers right here, and you're gonna go in at a 45-degree angle, okay? Now, when you're going in, the thing with the needle is you just, if you go in at the angle, you're able to pick up almost the exact hairs that you're wanting. But if you're just going in like straight down, or the needle is not facing upwards, you're just gonna grab the hair that's right there, and that's not necessarily what you want. So you need to be very careful whether you're gonna do all the X's, all the regular ones, or completely every hole. Always hold this at a 45-degree angle going in, okay? Never straight down. All right. And also another thing with the cap is, if you mess up, you have to completely take the cap off and redo the whole thing. All right. So that's what another kind of downside to the cap is again, you know, you say you start right here and you get all the way back here and you've messed up, you can't, you got to completely take it off and redo it. All right, I'm gonna go get another needle since I dropped mine, and I will be back and we'll get started. Okay guys, we're back. So I have a brand new needle and sanitize the other one. So now we're gonna go in and start getting our hair, okay? So again, we're going to go in at a 45-degree angle. And, excuse me, and I've decided I'm gonna do all of my X's. Okay, so we want it about that thin, okay? Okay, now if there's little loop-de-loops within the hair right here, don't worry about that. I will show you how to fix that, okay? So let me do a few more. Okay, again, at a 45-degree angle. Thin piece of hair. Just like that. All right. So we're gonna fast forward this so you can see the whole entire head done, and then I'll show you what to do once we're done getting the holes done, okay? right, guys, as you can see, I'm all done. We speed up our videos, but that took me about 15 minutes to do all that. So what we're gonna do now, you're going to take a brush or a comb and lightly comb it all through. So like if you had any like little loops or hair stuck, it gets it all pulled out. All right, then I would be able to go mix up my lightener and put this on. The nice thing about the caps is you can literally see it processing. So you'll lay it on. You don't want to like dig into, you'll just literally paint it on, but you want to make sure it's all saturated, okay? Because if you dig through, just place it straight down, it's going to get in these little holes. So just paint it on, okay? And make sure it gets completely saturated on all the hair. And then put a cap on it. And like I said, it's really cool watching it because you can see the process. And it usually takes no time at all. All right, and that is your cap video.